Ugh. Okay. Ooh. Welcome back, everybody, to the Search Show 24/7. This is episode 5 of Young Justice Invasions, entitled Beneath. And you know what? Let's get right into it. We got a lot to talk about. Short amount of time. I'm gonna try to keep this short. So you know what? Let's get right into it. All right. This episode was an interesting episode. It wasn't really like plot driven. If you ask me, it wasn't really plot driven in this episode. I think it was like one of those filler episodes, and that's always cool. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I think this works for one reason. It gives us more screen time with some of the new characters that have been introduced this season, and you know that's always good. And particularly like the girls, because this is a very girl power season. You know, you got a lot more girls in this season with different attitudes, you know, different, you know, abilities and stuff. So that was a highlight for me in this episode, to see like these characters that we don't know too much about, you know, get some screen time, because you know it's most of the time you get like a lot of the guys get most of the attention, so it's always good for the girls to get their shine once in a while, so that's always good. Now Jamie, aka Blue Beetle, now Jamie is looking for his lost friend who's went missing, named Ty. Now Ty is one of those kids, like every teenager, you know, I don't care who you are, every teenager once in your lifetime you have that moment where you just want to run away from your family and from everybody. You just had enough. All right, you just had enough. You can't take it anymore. And there's been plenty of times where I've wanted to run away with a Batman toy and a few Lunchables, and I don't get too far. I always end up coming back for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, you know, Ty, he's going through a lot, you know, family drama and all this other crap. While Ty's trying to run away and stuff, he calls Jamie to let him know, like, yo, I'm about to run away and stuff. I'm going to Houston, this, that, and the third. And, you know, Jamie, being a good friend, you know, he says, you know, hold your horses, wait on me. We'll talk about it. So, you know, Jamie, he's trying to get over there to, you know, talk his friend down from trying to, you know, move and all this other crap. So when he gets there, you know, Ty, he's nowhere to be found. He's nowhere to be found. And Jamie thinks it's a little, you know, suspicious and stuff. He's nowhere to be found. He didn't catch the bus to Houston or whatever. So he now, you know, Jamie, he's trying to search. He's doing a little investigation, and the main person he thinks knows where, you know, Ty is Ty's, I guess, stepfather or Ty's mom's boyfriend. And we've all been there. I mean, my mom's had like a few boyfriends, and I never liked them. So if I would end up being missing, I would have probably thought it was the stepdad or whatever. So I can understand why, you know, Jamie looked to that first. And I always like the, you know, the back and forth between Jamie and the Scarab on his back. Scarab is always like always alert and say, yo, you need to kill this person, you need to kill that person, whatever. He's always on the defense all the time, and you know Jamie's always trying to think logical first, and always try to give people the benefit of the doubt before he starts blowing people up. So I always like that little back and forth between him and the Scarab thing, because you know the Scarab is like it's becoming like his other conscience, like the evil conscience on the back of his head or whatever, on the back of his spine. So I always thought, you know, that was always cool to look at, and that's always a great storyline. And you know, you see Jamie, he's becoming that character from like the new series where he's getting a lot of screen time now. I think he's one of the new characters that, you know, the writers look to and say, okay, he's gonna be one of these breakout stars in this new series. So I'm liking his story. I'm liking that he's getting a lot of screen time, and you know, hopefully he gets more in the future. So, but we're gonna get off Jamie a little bit, and we're gonna go to what I think is the main plot of this episode. Now, for a lot of the complaints that people have been having about season two, the one thing I think that they did right, and the writers and the creative team did right, they added way more girl characters to this season. Right, season one was very guy driven, and the girls kind of got overlooked sometimes. So I think season two, you get more girls, you try to get more screen time, and it just makes them more mainstream, because a lot of these girls are not mainstream. A lot of these superhero girls are not mainstream, and it gives like girls who watch the show people to kind of look up to. You know what I mean? Because when I was a kid, I grew up looking up to Batman. I idolized him. So you get like younger girls, they watch the show and say, "Oh, Batgirl, she's badass," or Wonder Girl, she's cool, and Bumblebee, she kicks ass too. So I think that's great, thinking for the writers and stuff. And these girls get their time to shine in this episode. So I didn't think this episode was the best episode out of season two so far, but it had its moments, and I think its moments came when the girls were on screen. So good job for the girls, and good job for the writers for making them so likable and very diverse and stuff. So that's always good to see. Now, Batgirl, Wonder Girl, Bumblebee, and Miss Martian, they team up. They go investigate. They're going to Bialya to kind of check on like this shipment and stuff that's kind of looking very suspicious. Teens are like young teens are missing and stuff. So they're going to investigate this. And I really like how Miss M is kind of the head boss when it comes to the girls. You do got Batgirl. She's up there too when it's given directions and stuff. But you really see that Miss M, she really she's really the main girl, you know what I mean, in this season, and rightfully so. She was like the first on the team, so she should be, and she's been there the longest, so she should know what to do, and she should know how to direct. I don't know why I keep doing this, but I don't know why. Stop. So I really like seeing her, because we all know she's batshit crazy, but when she's not being batshit crazy, she is a good, team lead for the girls to look up to, and for the girls to take orders from. So I like to see Miss M do more of the leader thing instead of doing more of the batshit crazy stuff that she does. So, hopefully we get to see some more of that. And I like that the fact that Cassie is the one who's kind of the oddball of the team. You know what I mean? She's kind of the oddball. She's the one that can probably get into the most trouble. She seems clueless sometimes. She's got that fangirl thing always that she's always doing, where she's always just too excited, and she's not really paying attention that much, and she can you know kind of get everybody in trouble if she's not really paying attention. She's not very stealthy, I guess. That's the key word. She's not very stealthy, but she's a great character, because you need somebody like that on the team. Somebody that you gotta say like, hey, chill out real quick. All right, you're a little too happy right now. So I like to see that. So I like that. They kind of introduced that for her character, that she's kind of the oddball of the girls, but she still kicks so much ass. Another thing that was just so good, seeing all these girls, like I said, they all got their time to shine, and they all had their great moments. And one being Bumblebee, she really had her moment to shine. Like out of everybody, she had her moment to shine. And the writers are really putting her in right. They're really showing you how you're supposed to introduce her. Like season one, they introduced all the girls like Zantana and stuff, but you didn't get so much screen time. You got some with Zantana towards like the end of the season, but the one I'm talking about really is Rocket. She was introduced really at the last but episode or two in Young Justice season one, and I like her character, but you don't feel emotionally connected to her because you don't know that much about her, and she was introduced so late, so that sucks for that. Hopefully you get to see more of her in season two, but with Bumblebee, they're introducing her right. She's got a couple episodes in already where she's talking and she's doing something, and I feel more connected to her than I was with Rocket. And I like Rocket a lot, so So that just shows that, you know, I think the writers kind of learned from their mistakes in season 1 and said, okay, we need to introduce these people a little earlier, give them more screen time and stuff. So I like that. Bumblebee, she did very good. She had a couple great moments, and I like the way she talks. She's very sassy and very, you know, witted and stuff like that. So she's cool in my book. So yeah. So Shimmer, Devastation, Icicle Jr., and Simon, they're part of like the shipment stuff that the girls are, you know, looking into. And, you know, it's always good to see them back and see them like these evil villains that we already know and they've already been established, coming back and reprising their roles and still up to no good and still being part of this big plan, I guess, with Vandal Savage and, you know, the light and stuff. So you see that all these characters that we see in the first season, they're still part of this big plan, you know what I mean? So it's always good to see them, especially Icicle Jr. I like that character, especially when I saw him in the Bell Rev episode. I thought he was cool, and, you know, he's still heartbroken that Miss M kind of broke his heart, you know. So I thought that was a very great scene, you know, him still being devastated about that little heartbroken that Miss M gave him. So, and she's been doing that a lot, man. She's been breaking people's heart and stuff. So that girl, she's one out there. She's still batshit crazy. I don't care what anyone says. You can dislike me if you want to. She's batshit crazy. I don't care. So yeah, like I said, it's always good to see these characters and these villains, you know, interact with each other. And I want to see what their plan is. We know that they're taking like these teenagers, these missing teenagers, and they're shipping them off and stuff. But we don't know what the purpose is. Are these kids being cloned into something, or are they being killed, or we don't know. So I'm looking forward to seeing that unfold and stuff. We do find out what happened to, you know, Jamie's friend Ty. He's with, like, you know, Shimmer and all of them. They end up shipping his ass to, I guess, the light or whatever. So hopefully he gets safe. Hopefully Blue Beetle can, you know, save the day and get his friend back. But so far it's not looking too good for the kids. So hopefully that stuff will be answered soon. I'm sorry I'm running so fast. I'm in the middle of getting a tattoo done, so I gotta kind of cut this short. So please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. Next week's episode, I think, is a Flash centric episode, so hopefully we'll see Wally again. So I keep doing all this. Stop it, boy. Stop it. So, you know, like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. Please like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter. Let's Talk Young Justice should be out tomorrow, my new one. So hopefully, if you still haven't put in your questions and your answers and your video and stuff, please do that. Don't do it on this video. I have a separate Let's Talk Young Justice video, question video, that you can put it on there. So look for that one. I'll probably put it in the link below and put all your answers and stuff or your questions on that video. And yes, this is the Search Show 24/7.